Hey guys, Gabe here. Today I'm going to go through how to set up a Java server on an Android phone. And you don't need to be rooted or anything. And before you think like, oh, he's on a computer, I'm just doing this to show the phone screen easier so I don't have to like set up some weird camera thing or pass through. But I'm not going to use the keyboard at all. It'll just be like I'm tapping the phone. Oop. So it's going to be using this thing called Termux right here. It's an app on the Play Store. And I've seen other tutorials where you have to like install Ubuntu and stuff like that, but that's not necessary at all actually. It just adds like extra overhead. So we're going to go into the app. And so this is what you'll be met with right here. You won't really have anything. And so we're going to do mkdir, which is make directory, I think. And I'm just going to do server. You can do whatever you want right here though. And we type ls to see the directories, right? And it's server right there. So we're going to do cd, and then that, I think it means current directory, I don't really know, but we're going to do se tab. So you see it's an autocomplete. Tab is autocomplete. If any of you guys have played Minecraft, you'll know like you can autocomplete commands, right? So whatever you named the folder as an mkdir, you're going to be typing that. So mine is server, so right, so se tab to autocomplete it, enter, and then we're in the server, you see right there. And so this is going to be for paper, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Chrome. You're going to go to Chrome. You're going to type paper, oh, right here. And we're going to go to paper. And this link is going to be somewhere you can see it in the description. And so actually, there you go. So that'll be in the description. So then what we're going to do is we're going to tap this. Oh, okay, don't tap it. Tap and hold. Copy link address, right? And then we're going to go back to Termux. And then we're going to do pk. You know, actually, do we have wget? We're going to do wget space tap and hold paste. We don't have it, so it says we need to install it, right? Pkg install wget. There you go. And so just in general, as a rule of thumb, if you're using any terminal based kind of things and you're given an option like this, the capital one is the default one, right? So if you just press enter, it'll pick the capital letter. So I'll just press enter to pick yes, right? And then now we do press the up arrow, right, to go to our last command right there, so we don't have to type it all over again. And if you haven't, typed it yet, then yeah. So now it's downloading right there. It might take longer for some people. I'm downloading at 20 megabytes a second because, my Wi-Fi is awesome. So with ls, we can see it's right there, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type mv, which I think is move, and then paper, right, tab, and I'm going to do paper.jar. So I'm moving, this command looks weird, but I'm moving the whole paper jar to just paper.jar, and this just renames it, really. So if I do ls, it's renamed. And so that's a lot easier because we're going to have to type that out. And so next we need to actually run it, right? So we need Java. And as of right now, for Java, Minecraft 1.21.4, we need Java 21. So I'm going to do pkg. Oops. Because if you type Java right now, you see you would do it like this to check the version. It says it's not installed, install it. Open JDK 21, right? So we're going to do pkg install open JDK 21. And of course, the Y is capital, so just enter. And this is what is going to be the, we're going to use it as the runtime for the Minecraft server, right? So now, we're almost there. We're going to do nano start.sh. So right now we're making the start script and we're using the editor Nano. And it's gonna look a little daunting maybe if you haven't used it, but trust me, it is like the best terminal text editor. The alternative is a lot weirder. So we're gonna do Java -jar paper.jar space hyphen nogui. And so that means that because if you guys have done it on a computer before, if you host a Minecraft server, it'll open up a little menu with like a RAM chart, but we're in a terminal, so we wouldn't even see it, so we have to opt out of it. You know, it'll save performance. And so some of you might also know this is where you put your JVM arguments for optimizing the garbage collector and allocating RAM. I'm not doing that right now because I'm on a phone. I don't even think I have 2 gigabytes of RAM free. So I think by default it just does 2 gigabytes, so I'll just leave it like that. But if you want to do something like, it's like XMX or something, I don't remember on the top of my head, but you'd put JVM arguments here. So look those up if you want to do that. And then to save in this, right, you do Control X, right? So it's exit right there, Control, which is the little caret, and then X. Save modified buffer, Y, which is yes. And file name to write, I want to be start.sh, right? So I press enter. And now it's there, right? So if I do cat start.sh, you don't have to do this part. You'll see the command in there, right? And I'm gonna clear it right now. This just makes it so there's not a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna do chmod plus x, which is adding an executable permission or whatever to the file. Tab to autocomplete, right? And so now I can run it. So I'm gonna do /st and then tab. So in order to run a script or really anything through a terminal, you would do / and then you type the name of it, right? So I'm gonna press enter. Let's see if I did it right. It's already looking good. That means we have Java and it's running. So it's going to start launching it. And there's really only like 2 more steps after this. But you can see you need to agree to the EULA in order to run the server, right? So it's not running. And we need to agree to the EULA. So if you press ls or type ls, you can see all this new stuff. So we need to do nano EULA, right? And then we'll change this to true. And then of course Control X, Y, enter. And one more thing as well. So in order to actually connect to this server, if you want like your friends to join, it has to be port forwarded, right? Otherwise, if you're just playing like on the same Wi-Fi network, you can just join with the local IP address, right? So we do ifconfig, similar to ipconfig in Windows, right? So ifconfig, and this is going to be hard because on each phone this is going to look different. But what I mean by that is the size is different, so the formatting is going to be different on each phone. So we're looking for this one right though, inet 192.168.4157. So I'm actually going to go on Minecraft and I'm going to add that as the IP first. And so again, unless you port forward this IP on your router, not this IP, but you know, your phone's IP on your router, and reserve that IP, no one's going to be able to join. And then after that, you're also going to have to open the port to 25565, which is Java. So for port forwarding, you're going to want to, you're going to want to, it depends on what router you have, but typically you will reserve this port and then open this IP to this port. And then you would join with your public IP address, which is something else, right? And so, yeah. Okay, it's launched. So I'm going to add 192.168.4.157, I think. But I already agreed to the EULA, right? So I'm going to start the server again. And you can see it's actually working right now. So it's making the world, and that's not the slowest I've seen. That's not that bad. 24 seconds initially starting is not too bad. But if I try to join, let's look at the log, right? There you go. I'm joining. That was weird. I'm joining. So, yeah, here it is. And the chunks are loading slowly, right? But some of you may know Paper by default puts a cap on the chunk loading. So you would just modify the paper config if you wanted to go faster. And you can also get plugins on this. So the same way we downloaded the jar, you would just, download plugins into the plugins folder. But if enough people want to know, like, I can go over how to do like mod pack servers, or even crossplay with Bedrock. That'd be cool. But yeah, so I did do this on a computer, right? But you don't need one at all. Let's see if I can autocomplete here. Oh my god, you can. So now I'm operator or whatever, right? So let's see, final test, right? How much TNT can I blow up? So flint and steel. Here we go. Summon a pig. It's a little laggy, but I mean, if you pre-generated the chunks and turned down the simulation distance and stuff and the properties, it would obviously run way better. So this isn't really that bad. And as a final thing, right, I'm going to show you how to make it cracked. But if you are interested in that, you probably already know how. But first, we're going to stop the server. And I'm gonna do ls, right? We're gonna do nano ser tab right there, and we're looking for online mode. So this part right here makes it cracked. So we do this, false, and suddenly the server is cracked. If you do control X, Y, enter, right? I'm also gonna turn down some settings to make it run better. So simulation distance, that's going to be 5. Sync chunk writes is going to be false. I think paper already turns this off, but I'll just turn it off right there. And then I'm going to change this to 8. So control X, Y, enter to save the settings, right? And you press the up arrow to look at past commands, and we're going to start the server back up. And so there you go, done in 13 seconds, right? Because it didn't have to remake the world. And so from here on out, it's not really that different, like to change anything. It's like how you normally do it on a server. You're just doing it through a phone terminal. So you can look up any general tutorials on how to do stuff, like how to change certain settings or configure stuff, and it'll work. You just have to do it through your phone terminal. And it might be a little slower, but check this out. Pretty good. Can I see the... There's no TB. Okay, that's purple. But yeah. So that's it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Or if you maybe want a part 2 on how to do like Bedrock crossplay or like mod packs, go ahead and ask that as well. So yeah. Bye guys.